Tonight, you're going to share 3 stories that were never meant to be shared. 3 stories that were removed from the internet. 3 stories that have something in common. Each one of them ends with someone disappearing. And what's worse, all 3 stories were posted by people who disappeared right after uploading them. If you're watching this at night, I warn you. Let's begin. The first story was posted by a girl named Aria, 17 years old. She lived in a normal apartment, except for one thing. Every night around 2:33 a.m., she heard breathing coming from the air vent above her bed. Not wind, not pipes, not neighbors. Breathing. Slow, deep, human breathing. She told her mom. Her mom said, "It's just old air ducts. Don't scare yourself." But one night, Aria did something stupid. She placed her phone inside the vent and recorded for 3 minutes. When she took her phone out, the screen was cracked. Her camera lens was shattered, but the audio was still there. She posted the audio, and everyone heard it. Not breathing, not whispering, but something else. A voice saying, "You finally heard me." Aria contacted maintenance. They removed the vent. Behind it, they found a small space, big enough for only one person. Inside, they found scratch marks, a blanket, empty water bottles, and a piece of paper that said, "I watch you because you look like her." Who is her? She never found out, because that night her last post was, "He tapped on the vent. He knows I removed it." Her account went silent. People said she moved houses. People said she disappeared. Nobody knows. This story is from a boy named Eli. He lived in a dorm with a girl named June, who always slept with the lights on. Not a lamp, not a soft nightlight. All lights, full brightness, every night. One day Eli asked her why. She didn't look at him when she answered. She said, "When the lights go off, he comes and sits on my bed." Eli laughed, thought she was joking, until one night there was a blackout in the entire building, and from down the hallway he heard June screaming. Eli grabbed his flashlight and ran to her room. He found her sitting in the corner, shaking. She said, "He was standing right over me. He was about to kneel." Eli asked what he looked like. June said, "I don't know. I've never seen him, but I feel his hair brushing against my face." The next day, she didn't come to class. Her room was empty. Her bed was untouched. The only thing they found was her phone, and the last video on her phone was 4 seconds long. No visuals, just one sound. Someone exhaling next to her ear. And then, finally. This last story is from a man named Rowan. He bought an old mirror from an antique shop. Nothing special at first, until one night he walked past the mirror and saw himself blinking in the reflection. Except He didn't blink. His reflection did. Another night his reflection smiled, but Rowan didn't move a muscle. One day he covered the mirror with a sheet, but the next morning the sheet was folded neatly on the floor, and on the mirror's surface, written with something that looked like fingernails, was, "Don't cover me." Rowan set up a camera overnight. The next morning he checked the footage. At 3:14 a.m., his reflection stepped forward, placed his hand on the glass, pressed its forehead, and whispered, "Switch with me." Rowan posted the footage. It went viral. People begged him to destroy the mirror. The next day, he uploaded one final post. "I didn't record anything last night, but this morning the man in the mirror is gone." 2 hours later, Rowan disappeared. And the mirror? Someone found it in an alleyway, but the reflection in it was still Rowan, smiling. These 3 stories were posted by different people, different years, different countries. But investigators found something else in common. Each account was created with the same birth date, the same profile details, the same pattern, as if one person was telling all the stories, or worse, as if one thing was moving from person to person, waiting for someone to watch their videos long enough to be noticed. So, if you've watched until now, don't be surprised if tonight you hear breathing in your room, or hair brushing your face, or a reflection behind yours that doesn't move when you do. You've watched all 3 stories, which means you invited it. Good night.